Hello, Benefit Spongers, and welcome to this week's update, and probably not a Q&A, if I'm being honest. Too long don't read version of things. I'm having a bad week, and it's not that I'm miserable, and it's not that I'm fed up, but yeah, no, I'm fed up, actually. Everything has gone wrong this week, to the point where it's just becoming a bit of a joke. I knocked my phone off a thing and smashed it at the start of the week. That's useless. Yeah, it's just been one of those weeks. You know how, like, I don't like to let things get to me, but it's been a bit of a kind of waterfall of stuff in the fact that, this went wrong, and then this went wrong, and then this went wrong, and this went wrong, and everything that went wrong has been my fault to a degree. So I'm not going to complain about it. But, yeah, I'm having very much one of those weeks where I just think, fuck this week. And it's only Thursday. So, yeah, with that in mind, I just basically thought, because I'm going through all these questions and answering people's questions, I don't really want to then have a week where it's like, hey, if you got my question answered this week, then you got a really snarky, bitter approach to it. Because, being snarky and bitter is good, but I don't know. I'm always very aware of my mood, and I know that my mood at the moment is just like, I'm just pissed off with this week. So I think it's best that I ignore the questions for this week, come back to it next week, and in the meantime, actually spend the time more productively in terms of doing stuff that will make me less stressed, i.e. put my life into boxes. This is my last resort. Oh God, that's a reference to a Papa Roach song from 10 years ago. I can only apologise. Anyway, update. First things first, this is quite cool. I am continuing to work on my FTL video. So you'll see here, obviously, this was the image that I originally got. You'll recognise if you saw last week's video. And now, if you look at this, work in progress, etc. But I've started to try and bring it to life. I don't want to adjust it too much, but I want to kind of bring elements to life and kind of make it feel a bit less static. It is very much a work in progress. I don't really feel if I'm there yet. Some of the flickering lights I'm not sure if they need more emphasis or less emphasis. It doesn't feel like it's really alive yet, but I think it will do if you look at the backdrop. Obviously, I'll go back to the original one now. You can see but you can see I've kind of turned the middle sections of the ship into screens. I don't know if they were actually supposed to be screens or not. I've kind of just had to interpret the drawing as it was provided. So I'm going to have some cool stuff running on those screens, I think. I'm going to have just sort of, text coming out randomly and coordinates. And obviously, if you are a fan of FTL, you will know it's already on the one screen it's not quite finished, but the one screen that's closest to being finished is the one on the far right, which has the kind of FTL map. Anyway, just as an example of what it'll look like when I'm in it, you'll see here, I've crudely green screened in the creepy big-headed Matt from, what was he from? Oh, it was from a stupid video I did. I think it was a video about Diddy Kong Racing, which you can find on my YouTube channel with the rest of my stuff. So apologies if you haven't seen that before. It's probably even more terrifying out of context. But yeah, that video's coming along. Next, what I need to do is continue finishing it. And my God, After Effects is grinding my PC to a halt with this stuff. It's really good fun, but it's like, yeah, I'm pushing it. After that, I need to actually make the jokes. And I've also been thinking about the fact that FTL's amazing, and I've been playing Captain's Mode, or Captain's Edition. Not Captain's Mode, that's kind of Dota. Captain's Editions of FTL, which is a mod that makes loads of stuff much better. And I'm really enjoying it. In fact, I've kind of been playing a bit of that this morning. It's so good. So I'm tempted, actually, prior to making my kind of stupid FTL Captain video, to do a video about Captain's Mode, because it's a free mod, and it's basically, yeah, it's good. And I kind of feel like maybe a lot of people don't really know much about FTL, so it might be just a good primer, Even if people aren't then going to go and get the game and check it out, it might be that if I can give people an idea of what FTL is about before I make the comedy video about it, then more people might enjoy it. We'll see. So I might make something like that actually in the next couple of days, just because it'd be something quick and simple. It's stuff that's already been done quite a lot, to be honest, but I've got some interesting things to say about the mod and about FTL in general. So yeah, I might do that. But pretty much just working on that stuff, to be honest. And yeah, it's really annoying me. I think I can move next week. I think I can move as early as then. So I need to hold fire until after I've done my Game of Thrones stuff on Monday, and then might have some shut up and sit down stuff to do on Tuesday, and then pretty much action stations, move. I don't know if I've got a desk in my new place. It's all good. I knew this would come. I did say, I said last week I was getting stressed about the fact that I was moving, and yeah, I'm just getting stressed again, I think. So I'm not in a bad place, but it's just been a really annoying week. Lots of stuff has just been more stressful than it should be. It's almost over though, and I'm not spilling tea on my crotch, so there is that. Every cloud has a silver lining. But yeah, I just can't wait to be moved now, really. As much as I've loved being here, I just feel like being in flux and being kind of unable to get a steady setup. And especially last night, actually, one of the main reasons I'm really stressed today and one of the main reasons I'm really fucked off is because we recorded an episode of Daft Souls last night and it's screwed. It's really screwed. I mean, I've managed to spend a lot of this morning kind of playing with it and using a bunch of audio tools to make it sound better than it did. But it's like, I can't fix it. It's not just background noise. If it was background noise, I'd be able to deal with that, but it's not. It's something really odd. And the long and short of it is, I've made it sound less disastrous, but it still sounds like we're all Daleks, which I'm really annoyed about. And I've kind of got to laugh at the irony of the fact that it's happened to the same people. It was me, Quentin, and Joe again. So obviously that was, for those of you who follow the podcast, that was we had this, not the same problem, we had another problem last time. So I just feel so bad that it's the same guys. It's like, oh no, really? So yeah, I feel bad about that. Especially bad for, like, I feel like I'm kind of wasting their time getting them around here and then being like, guys, I screwed the podcast. But I am going to put it up anyway, because I've seen, I don't really, there's a part of me that doesn't want to, because I don't like having things that aren't really good. I like to try and make sure everything I produce is to a certain level of quality. Having said that, I've also, I don't like losing things that I think are good. And I think it was a good podcast. It's just a shame it sounds quite terrible. But actually, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things where when I started listening to it after just turn the microphone off there. It's fine. It's back. After I've removed all the stuff that made the podcast sound terrible, you do kind of get used to it in a weird way. Having said that, I will put a disclaimer at the start of the podcast just because I think it's going to really divide people. Of some people will be like, what the fuck? I can't listen to this. Get it away from me. And some people will be like, well, it's really bad, but I'm glad that you put it up because I still want to listen to it. And I think a few people have already said that. Like, look, even if it sounds terrible, I still want to listen to it, which is awesome. I mean, you guys are brilliant for that because I'd just be like, fuck no. So that's really annoying. I keep having problems with that. But a lot of this comes down to two things. A lot of this comes down to, not having proper systems set up in play of like how I do things, the processes and stuff. And a lot of that is because I've put it all on hold because of the fact I'm moving and I want to wait until I'm in a new solid position so I can set everything up. And the other part actually is a lot of the issues I have come down to using one machine for everything. And as much as I like that, as much as I like the fact that I can have the full Adobe suite and all my programs and games all in one place in front of me, it makes it very convenient in terms of logistics. Sometimes stuff goes wrong because of that. And I think what happened last night was to do with audio, the audio drivers being messed with. It may have been I had FTL opened when I opened Audition, and it may well have been that somehow, I don't know, basically different programs can sometimes take control of the audio drivers. And that can sometimes mess up things, especially if you're recording. Yeah, so it's sort of one of these things where I'm learning about this. But actually, when I was a video gamer, we just had a podcast room with an old shit laptop that we just recorded audio on, and that was the only thing it did. So nothing ever went wrong because that computer didn't do anything else. And I'm now realizing, actually, despite the fact that it's really cool having a computer that I can do everything on, I do actually need to be a bit more careful about these things. So yeah, live and learn. It's funny. It's one of those weeks, and it's like I'm actually really good at that. When I smashed the fuck out of my phone, it's so smashed. Nexus 4, useless. I've only had it a couple of months. Fuck it. I've actually got a new one now. I've got a Moto G, which I'd highly recommend because it just doesn't cost anything, and it seems, I feel like it's probably cursed or something because it's just like it shouldn't be this good. But yeah, when that smashed, my girlfriend was like, "Oh my god, you smashed your phone," and I was like, "It's fine. It's oh yeah, no, no, it's actually completely broken." But I do try and have that thing of being like, "No, I am not going to allow misfortune to get under my skin and cause me to have a bad time." But yeah, there's only so many times you can do that in a week until you literally just go, "Boom, drop mic, I'm out of here." I'm out. But it is the Easter weekend, so yes. I have just quite shamefully gone down to the kitchen and eaten some of my housemates' Easter eggs, which is an evil thing to do without permission. So I'm going to go to Tesco's and I'm going to buy him some Easter eggs to replace his, and I'm going to buy myself some. I'm going to be the Easter bunny for me. So yeah, I'm going to buy an egg and I'm going to eat an egg. Before that, I'm going to eat a banana because fruit is power. Sort of. Anyway, that's it. Sorry it's a short one this week, guys, but as you can see, I'm just generally a bit pissed off at the moment, and I think if I ended up getting off talking about industry issues or whatever, I'd just turn into a fireball of hate. And whilst that's sometimes useful and sometimes fun, I don't think for sustained periods it's healthy for anyone. So anyway, I'm going to get back to work, and I hope that you like what I'm doing with the FTL stuff so far. Let me know what you think about that, actually. You know, I mean, it's one of these things where this is very new to me. I don't know if maybe I kind of need to keep it minimal. I don't know if maybe the sound design will actually bring it together. It may be that it gives it a sense of place when I get that kind of humming and beeping stuff coming along in the background. I don't know. I'll have to see. But yeah, let me know what you reckon. And I will see you probably next week. I don't know what's going to happen next week. As I say, I may be moving house. I'm not sure if I have a desk set up. It may be very ramshackle. But I'll definitely have something, though, because I do have, obviously, film on an SLR, and I've got a external microphone and an external recorder. So, yeah, it may be me just sitting in the kitchen. But there will be an update video next week. The rest of the videos, I don't know. We'll have to see. Have to see how quickly and how easily it is to get everything rolling again. But in the meantime, I hope you're having a lovely week, and I hope that this week stops fucking me in the legs like a tiny dog that shouldn't. This doesn't make much sense. I'm going to eat a banana. Bye!